What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 on the Northeast Corridor. And you probably are noticing, if you've been following along, that something looks different here. You might not actually know where we are. We are here at Bridgeport, between, I don't know where I got Stamford from. We're here at Bridgeport. And as you can tell, I've done some messing around. There actually was another episode I filmed that I decided to scrap because I realized later it was just a bunch of like low energy, hour and a half of me just droning on as I try to fix things. So I'll catch you up on what we did in that, which the main takeaway was we upgraded our express lines to what in-game is known as the Speedance Express, but in real life is the Acela Express. So that was kind of the gist of that. We added, instead of just the north and the south lines, we added a full-length route, which stops everywhere the half lengths do except Kingston, because I forgot to put it on originally, and by the time I realized it, it was a lost cause for trying to squeeze things in there, because obviously to make that full route effective, we want it to be able to overtake the slower, not the slower trains, but the trains that it may have to pass. So we have things like we have here at Bridgeport, which this took some figuring out how to do, but it seems to be working really, really well. I mean, this guy's gonna have to sit here and wait just a second, and then he's gone. Because what we've done is actually mixed and mingled the Acelas with the regionals. So they come in, Acelas on these tracks, regionals on these tracks, and then anything southbound stops on these two platforms, anything northbound stops on these two, and they have their pick of whichever one's open. So seems to be working out quite well here. And you've probably noticed, those of you who know what they're looking at, the abomination that's been running freight past here. Yes, those are Amtrak P42s pulling freight. They were the only things decently powerful with a speed limit above 75 that were diesel that I could get my hands on. So we're stuck with them, but they're working. But these guys are kind of going to be our focus today. As we see here at Stamford, only got one track for these guys, but it doesn't seem to be causing any holdups. I tried. I don't think it was... I don't think it was here. I think it was up at Bridgeport. Actually tried to just do a basic, just like let this line hook over to here and bypass if it needed to, but it wouldn't recognize the route for some unknown reason. It had electric and everything, and I mean, electric regionals stop there. They're stopping there just fine now. But Yeah, a little bit of a mystery there. But the freight. The freight on this end. If we come up to the New London chemical plant, you see we have about doubled production from what we have been. But we're still running out of stuff. Here comes our next train there. And with only 18. So we gotta figure out how to get this a little more steady. Because the goods factory wants more. We about doubled what Boston wanted. We started dropping off goods at Queens in New York City. So they're pulling a lot now. But we need to figure out how to get this oil supply regulated. So we've got to make some changes. So one thing I've been noticing, if we wait for our next freight train, there it is. And you can see it kind of with this one here too. Loading speed is horrible because the platforms are so short. Which if we watch you, not that these have much to unload, but they come in, slow down, stop, unload things at half speed, and then go again. It's costing them a lot of time. Now, you can see they're bringing in fuel. That's what they're dropping off here. They have to stop on the way back and drop off goods anyway. So, manage this line. And you see New London on the way up. Only unloading fuel. New London on the way down. You're only unloading goods. You unload goods and fuel, and then we just axe that stop. That should speed things up a little bit. But now we need to speed up the return trains, because the whole length of the trip is going to affect how quickly we can get the oil into the plastics factory. So, if we go configure the station. Oops, there we go. Make this longer. I know we don't need the second platform over here anymore, but just for looks and just in case we need it, we're gonna keep it, and we're gonna upgrade these tracks. I know the side where they're gonna stop on the way down doesn't matter too much, but we're just gonna go the highest speed thing we've got, which hey, I've realized we have 400km/h track thanks to some mod that I've got. So let's use it. So now we'll run the 400 again just because. And we need to make it a little nicer than that. We may end up having to knock out this bridge. Let's see. So we want this direction. Have to slow down as little as possible. So we knock it back to there. No catenary. There we go. And then run that through there. Boom. And then knock this way back. Probably to like there. Again, we'll do the not stopping track first. Nice and fast. And there we go. Hold on. Could not connect all stations. What did you do? Yeah, no, don't stop on platform 1. Stop on forgot about that. Where we had the tracks split when we were running two lines up here. Where does that split off? Found it. Okay. Pin that line. Can we make a nice, smooth, fast curve there? Yes. We break that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we'll leave that stub there as a relic. We'll leave this track in. So now we're running freight up these two tracks. Doesn't have to stop there. Can just... Now, why are you... Oh, okay. You're just double tracked because we used to have trains that just came in, stopped, and turned around. So it doesn't matter that you're on the wrong track. You'll be okay. Alright, so now the other thing we need to do. What's our speed limit through here? 61. Suppose it could be worse, but I don't think there's anything we can really do about it. I mean, you're just bypassing Kingston. So I could, in theory... Hold on, I need my station icons back. I turned them off for that opening shot, but... There we go. So line 6 stops... You're stopping on the way up? No, you stop on the way back. So we could do a little something something here. Because you gotta stop in Providence on the way up. That's a given. Can we, and I'm going to save the game in case I screw things up. Take this, and if the grade is a little steep here, it doesn't matter because we're coming down. Will you build me? Alright, here's what we're gonna have to do. Let's knock that out. And just take this out as stupid crazy as possible. Alright. Looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of the terrain game here. Too much, that's water. Let's see. It won't give me a bridge until there. So let's take that. Let's see if we can work with this. Do a nice modern bridge. We'll do that. Whoops, don't know what I just hit, but okay. Now Keep things level, because we don't want unnecessary slopes. But I guess we can come down a little bit. But where are we trying to? Alright. Let me work this from this side at the same time. So the goal is getting rid of this horrific bend. So if we snap to there and we come up at a lesser angle, we get a bridge right about there. Hold on, let's change the type of bridge. There we go. Underrated feature in this game. Not sure where the bridge pillar collision is. Alright. Good. Now, or if we just take this a little bit that way. There we go. Pillars don't interfere with the road anymore. And then we can knock this bridge back to probably about there. And connect it. The grade doesn't look too crazy, so let's take it. Then we need to just be able to get our southbound line crossed underneath it, which looks like our best chance of that's going to be, yeah, up there somewhere. Let's see. This can actually go down a little bit. Keep it level. And then hook back in like, I mean, these things are only going to go 99, so if we check our line, yes sir. So being able to bypass that whole squiggle and all that fun stuff should let our trains run a little faster. Train 80, where are you stuck? Heading for Upper Providence. Oh, I did kind of strand you, didn't I? We can build you a temporary path. Well, which track are you on? There we go. Make sure the line stays on that path, and as soon as he comes through, we'll get rid of the connection. Which, there he is. So he comes in, and we're losing a little bit of loading speed here, but nothing horrible. That's something else we can do. Pause. We can upgrade the track here to high speed. There we go. Why are you showing catchment underground? What? Okay, interesting. So if we look at line 6, I mean, when it's in the minutes, it's hard to tell if you've improved your frequency by a little bit. But oh, signals. Signals would be nice, wouldn't they? Signals would indeed be nice. There we go. Let's see, he just left. Where's our next one? Where are you? Okay. There you are. Dare I say we add another train? Because I think we need to. Nope. Clone. Alright. We'll see if that helps. Anyway, here in Edison, we finally got, our oil wells are almost shipping everything here. We got the usage up, we're up at max level. All we had to do was upgrade the trucks down here to the, what are these guys? Cascadia tank trucks, that's right. And they're keeping up with the surplus of, not surplus, but the influx of oil getting shipped down. Because down here, we upgraded these trucks. So these are catching up, but now we're starting to lose some of our oil and steel here. So let's add a train here. And yes, we are still running the Class J's, because they're fast and powerful enough for this. So, yeah, we still have steam in the year 2009 in revenue service. Yeah, I don't care that vehicles are in poor condition. Where is our newest train? I guess that's the newest one. Oh yeah, he probably came out of here. Alright, so hopefully that picks up the pace on getting oil cranked out of here. So, let's turn our attention to where are we losing money? The Northeast Regional. Well, the north half of the regionals. Technically, they're all considered Northeast Regional in real life. So. I don't know that there's much we can do to speed up the regional. I mean, it's got its own track here, on its own tracks all the way up. Only place I think it mingles with the Cellas is Bridgeport, but that's not really slowing anything down. New London, yeah, it's still on its own. Yeah, I guess we're just losing ridership to the, we're just losing ridership to the Acellas. So, we're gonna go and replace these vehicles. What are these guys? So they ACS? No, AEM7s. Toaster. You just the generic? No, you're the phase 5s. Alright, we know the phase 5s work as far as textures, so we're gonna use them. And then, ooh, cabbages. West Rail, West Fleet, yeah. Because they actually look like AM fleets. And, you know. They look like AM fleets, and the texture works. Because, oh yeah, they are AM fleets. So we're just going to reduce the capacity. Waiting for a free path. You don't have a signal until... Huh. That could be part of why it's so inefficient. Could very well be a part of it. Had not noticed the absolute lack of signals. Yeah, holy crap. I mean, that's good for keeping trains from getting clustered. But sometimes it hurts your regular operation too. You're actually stacked up against the signal. Why are you stacked up against a signal? Do the stations not just act as signals? Or if you're not using them? Like, I know if you're using the station, stopping at the station, it'll self-regulate. I mean, not at the end of the platform, but it won't let it go. I think I just didn't have a signal up there. Get rid of that one and flip it around. And yeah, you get a signal there. Alright, well that's part of our problem there. Glad we figured that out. Do have a little bit of a wait for, oh, not so much the full length of Sella now as, oh, the regional's picking up too. We may we may have to add a car back onto those. We'll see. In the meantime, let's just kind of watch this for a second and see what happens. Alright. I know that wasn't very long. If I'm being honest, that was just an excuse to be able to reply to a text, and I was too lazy to want to cut the video. So the North Regional's got a bit of a wait. You're the south half of the Acela. Wondering if we need to add a train here. I mean, we're making 40 million. We're running at less than half capacity. Here comes one. 300 people want to go to Bridgeport. We can only take 192. So let's add it. Don't have a depot that I can add from. Oops. Let's see if we can do this. Build anyway. Manage vehicle. Yeah. There we go. This is gonna look horrible. It's like running model trains on the default size curve. Okay. Oops, come on. There we go. Alright, now we're catching up. The southbound Acela, we've got less than a full train waiting, so I'm not worried. Alright. So that's that. Let's see. Hold on, I saw a stack of oil barrels here. Oh god, we're losing everything here again. Alright. Time to do some city restructuring. I have put 0 ounces of thought into how to improve this. So we're gonna go on a little learning journey together, a little adventure. So if we do 100-meter platforms, road connections on both sides. Should we just go straight for 180-meter? No. Can I make 140 fit without having to do anything else? Not quite. Hold on. I wanted to snap from that, and there we go. No, if it snaps, it's just gonna do that. Alright, well, let's do that. Oh, but then the buses are gonna get in the way. Alright, then we're gonna do this. It's gonna connect, probably go the full length from here. Nope. Nope. Alright, let's just make it 100-meter. And 2 platforms. What are you collisioning out of that? we'll get you to hook up to the road there. And on this side, so get rid of that. We're gonna make it so that's the main way in. And just for connection purposes, we're gonna throw a one-way street in there. Yeah, there doesn't need to be a stoplight, that's fine. Terminals, 19, you're gonna use that. 5, you're gonna use that, but then we're gonna go configure the line to use 1 if needed. Then why are you doing this stupid stuff? What? Why would you... That'll surely correct itself once these guys are where they need to be, right? Oh, they go through the waypoint. They go through the waypoint. There we go. But then... we stick another little one-way there. Yeah, there we go. That should keep it flowing. Oh, but I forgot they have to do that. Pause. I forgot they gotta go through there. Medium street. Curved medium street. The heck was that? Line 5? Because, you know, heaven forbid we name anything. There we go. Alright. Hopefully we keep up with things a little bit better. I do know line 6 needs to get a train in here to pick up some steel. Where are you? Waiting for a free path. I suppose you're waiting for a free path, and you're waiting for a free path. What? What? Game, why? Did I screw that up earlier? Like, why would I do that? I guess it's just because we don't have... You got a signal there. You're sitting at a signal there. You are waiting for a free path. What did I screw up? You're moving. You're through the signal. Was this just all stacked up from that weird little single track bit? I mean, I guess. But now it's gonna take forever for that to sort itself out. Sometimes you love the game, sometimes you hate the game. Yeah, our production's dropped in half. Dropped by half, or whatever. Well, while we wait for that to sort itself out, how are we doing down at this end of the railroad? Yeah, Washington's not too displeased. It'd be nice if we could get some tools flowing down here. But I don't think that's in the cards, because they gotta come from Philly. Yeah, not happening. Oh yeah, it is another little thing I did down here just for visuals. We made this an interlocking just to make it kind of visually more fun. The Acela split platforms. You can choose an alternate platform. They do all kind of fun splitsy thingies here. As I said, mainly just so complex, just for visual, so it kind of matches the actual Washington Union terminal. But then I did add these through tracks, not to be used, because the corridor ends here. But these would be to represent the tracks in the actual Union Station that come out of the tunnel coming from Virginia. If you're not familiar with Union Terminal, Union Station, whatever you want to call it, the actual building, it's you know, up here. The tracks are down. So yeah, the building's at street level, but street level's higher than this. And you have a bunch of tracks come out of the tunnel coming from the south from Virginia. The building just went away. And there's more than two, but I don't need to build them all. So yeah, those come in, and all your regionals go through there. Well, your regionals that go south of DC. Then you have more tracks over here where the other regionals can originate. They kind of go up as you go to the right here, and you'll have your high level platforms over here where your Acelas and your Maryland commuter trains come out of. So again, not perfect representation, but it just kind of makes it fun. These are some old trucks. But they're keeping up, so... Keeping up, so I don't think we need to touch them. Look at you struggling your way up the hill. Could we be producing more food? We could, but we are losing a bunch somewhere. I'm not sure where. I had to guess it'd be Aberdeen. Although we can see, let's see, consumers. Philadelphia, Trenton, and Wilmington. So, everything but Aberdeen. Is it Aberdeen? No, that was Baltimore I looked at. Yeah. Aberdeen's where we're losing the food. Time for a change. Let's see, you're running these CSX diesels. Do we have those? CSX BCYN2. See, those things go 75. They're plenty powerful, sure. Then cargo. We're just gonna let Naffy save the day. See, you've got 162, 162. That's 324 capacity. Whoops. There we go, 221 meters. Here, 308. So, shorter, should be lighter. What ancient things did finish that up and I just hear a diesel motor that sounds like it's on its last legs. Those are fine because that hasn't ever been fully loaded. And yeah, we're losing some of the steel going north. But let's see, yeah, 76. Yeah, you're fine. Though we are getting abysmal production from our mines here. Oh, this is a thing here. With all these poor little trucks. Yeah. We're gonna revisit that in a second. In the meantime, oh, these poor big boys. Let's get a replacement on these. I think we're gonna retire the big boys, but we will keep the Union Pacific going just because. And let's see. These are the little, which little gondolas are you? Gondola, whatever. Those are these guys. Go 50 mile an hour and carry 17. Yeah. 25, go a lot faster. 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we're 318 meters. These things are 313. We've got 600 capacity. Yes, please. They're gonna go faster. They're gonna carry more. And we're gonna stop losing so much of our coal and iron. You fit in the station, right? Yeah. So we're almost good on this. I guess we could run iron trains and coal trains, but I think the upped capacity now, we'll be in a lot better shape. I mean, it's gonna just about take everything here. We'll probably leave 60, 70 of each. Yeah. I was spot on until the numbers started climbing. Can I add a fourth train? Hesitant to add a fourth train because I don't want it to get in the way. So let's do this. So we got 24 of these. 18. We'll come down to 18. And then or 16. And then place, and then do you have somewhere I can add a yes? Alright. Oh, no. Oh. You stinker. Alright. Get out there. Signals. Don't want to have too many signals, but I want the trains to keep moving. So we'll let that shake itself out for a little bit. Aberdeen. Something's telling me we need to give you more than 10 cars. Where are you waiting for a free path? I guess you're waiting for a free path. Where does that line go? You are waiting for a free path. Ah, I knew this was gonna bite me. Why would I think this is a good idea? Why actually would I think that was a good idea? Okay. I have an idea, but it's going to take a bit of work. So, we're gonna call it there for this episode. However, my plan is as soon as I hit stop recording on this video, I'm gonna start it right back up and work on this, and hopefully you'll get a double feature, probably on back-to-back days. So that is all for this episode. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.